Everybody says there's some business to take care of on this side of the Great Wall before me, the Wall of Anor Londo. So, first thing on my mind is that I would really love to do some upgrades with that guy's Titanite chunks, or large shards, or whatever the butt it is. I really want some of that. Also, people tell me go do some ridiculous platforming outside the Firelink Shrine, and okay, I may give that a try. Probably a lot of failures, because the platforming in this game is pretty redonkulous. Not in a good way. I'm not saying good redonk, it's silly, stupid redonk. But whatever, that's these games, yeah? Wow. Might I actually be able to do that with some degree of reliability? Interesting.
Go along, try and make something of yourself. But nothing will come of it. And I should know.
I can forgive everybody in this game for being so flippin' bleak. Because this place that we're all stuck in is a pretty hellish existence. I mean, in our real life, like physical reality, at least you can die. Not being able to die in this place sounds not fun, because this is not a heaven. This is not a nice, good place that you'd want to spend eternity. It's all gross and run down and overburdened with monsters and ugh. Not a nice existence. So maybe it's okay that everybody's like pissed off and or sad. I probably would be. Dear viewer, I could use some advice. So, the spear, apparently, regardless of its modifier, can never get S dexterity scaling. If I remember correctly, it can get up to B dexterity scaling. Does it already have that? I could be misremembering. Yeah, I think it can get up to B dexterity scaling, which isn't the worst thing in the universe. It would probably be acceptable to finish the main game with that. But, just give me some advice. Do you think there'd be a good pokey stabby weapon that I can use with my shield up that can get up to S dexterity scaling? That would, like, work okay with my playstyle? Make a recommendation if you think there is one to make. Oh, crap, I made it. Now, is this even a place worth being? Pretty sure I've not been here. I'll step out there when I have to. I'll climb as high as I can as long as I have stable steps to step upon. Oh my. Are those the raven's eggs? Has the bird bro been a she all this time? Or just, a really cool dad who helps out around the house? I probably should not touch this. This was really hard to get to. I'm gonna do something I basically never do and ask for some real-time help. Standing there is how I can get the raven to take me back to the asylum. But before I do, I will. I'm gonna have to platform back up here again, aren't I? But I apparently have to take a key item from this dude. Yeah, and this is a West Key. Anything else interesting? Because I have to platform back up here anyway. Just artificially placed sunbeam effect going down into the roof. That just goes down to framped, I think. Alright. Up to the nest I'll try to go. It's not really that hard to get here. It's just, you have to learn by trial and error what the proper jump-off point from that ledge is. It's a little bit to the left of the really most pointy bit. Is how I ended up thinking of it in my brain. As useless as that might be to you. Curl up like a ball. Okay. Are you not supposed to take me back to the asylum? I'm obviously not knowing what I'm supposed to do here. You have to sit there for a second? Oh, that is so weird. Never in a bajillion years would I have guessed that. Look, I stayed in the curled up state because I was trying to Google it on my phone. Wow. Games like this are really developed in an era where it's no longer in a vacuum. The developer absolutely knows that you have access to the internet and will be looking up all the answers to all the issues. So, we just make it as obtuse and random and jackass weird as we possibly can. Were you guys here before? I don't think you guys were here before. Whatever. I don't care. I'm a little short on Estus, though, because I used some while I was platforming. Oh, well. I think there's another bonfire right through that door. Well, I've grown up quite a bit since I left here. I guess we'll look around and see if this key lets me do anything even moderately interesting. Partially interesting. Slightly 14% under the best of conditions interesting. Badoosh. Why do I hear some still disgusting growling noise? Whoa, you definitely weren't here before. But your damage completely blows, man. What are you? What do you think you're doing with your life? Maybe you were, and I'm just forgetting you. It's been like 26 gameplay hours since I was last here. No exaggeration. Spears aren't great at pointing downward. Or upward. Yeah, the dude who was here before. Was he the one who just attacked me? And if so, why? Oh, he dropped something. Crest shield. I think I've seen one of these. Silly me thinking that trap would only launch once. Of course it'll be every time I come here. Aha! Could not go here before. So what new awful monster is going to come out and one-shot me? Rusted iron ring. Almost certainly not a good accessory. In fact, I think I've seen it in the loading screens. Improves balance on poor footing. Oh. Oh, I see. That actually makes some degree of physical sense. It's heavy, so it'll keep your foot from sliding around on unsure footing. That could actually be useful. I'll keep that around. A Butter Knight! I certainly don't recall seeing you for the first time. I should say the first time I came through here. Yeah, I still... Even with my greatly improved self, I cannot treat a Butter Knight lightly. He will... Yeah, see? That will happen just because I'm being lazy and careless. That didn't need to happen. I could easily beat that guy. Not easily, but I could beat that guy. You'll have to forgive me, dear viewer, if this guy was totally here the first time and I just didn't notice him or I'm forgetting about him. Because this was many gameplay hours ago. Gotta fight you where it's advantageous for me, not for you. Now, I don't believe you respawn, but since I just used one Estus Flask, no reason to risk it. Whoa. I do not recall if I saw you before. But you were the thing making those growling noises, no doubt. No, I must have come through here before because I got the tutorial messages on the floor. Open the door, get on the floor. And another Butter Knight. Yeah, I know for a fact I went through that other corridor before, and I'm pretty sure there was not a Butter Knight there before. So, you're just here to be a new challenge, yeah? Oh my. Black Knight Sword. And also all this red Titanite, too. I wonder if that gives me like a fire elemental attack. But, yikes. 20 strength, eh? Probably not worth it for my build. Almost certainly not worth it for my build. But still strong, no doubt. I could walk around like a Butter Knight if I wanted to. So, I'm going to have to risk letting those guys respawn, because if I'm going to be fighting that Kraid-looking monster in that cell, I'll probably need more Estus than I have. Nope. The proud, infamous Butter Knights do not respawn. I guess my key is not going to work on any other door, is it? Shame. Peculiar doll. Oh, that's the thing people told me to get. Can I go in and fight that Kraid guy? Did I just spend 2 humanities to kindle that bonfire for nothing? A cold and lonely painted world. Clutch it tightly. Whoa, shit! What? What? Stray demon. Why did that floor fall in? Holy shit buds. And the ground just repaired itself? Okay, well, let's try this again. I wonder if I can actually fight the guy. Oh, my souls. Oh, shit. Wow! Did you swing that thing, or was that an AoE the size of the sky? Holy crap cakes. I might not be meant to be able to kill you. I think I could do this. Not letting that happen would be key. Oh, wow. Actually, letting him land on you really hurts. Can't do that. Oh, you got a lot of bite, but that's all you got. Nice. Titanite slab. Titanite slab, he said, emphasizing the correct part. So, yeah, the boss's damage was really high. But once you understand the trick of getting right up in his butt and slicing his taint apart, then it's not so bad. Because the only attack that could really hit you while you were behind him was that fireball. And the wind-up on it was so incredibly glacially slow and telegraphed from 100 miles away. That was not actually that too terribly hard of a fight. I didn't keep close count of my attempts, because they were so fast. I'm going to call that, let's be humble and call that attempt number 10. That sounds like a realistic number. I'm still wondering what it was I did that triggered the floor to fall in. Maybe it was just getting the peculiar doll. So, is the peculiar doll used beyond my entry point to Anne Orlando? And if yes, that probably means there's really nothing more for me to do here. And I should move on to Anne Orlando, which is comparatively clean and pretty and a nice place. At least the, tiny little sliver of it I've seen so far.